Welcome to What's on Board, the fun show that is all about fun board games. I'm Nick McNeese.
And I'm Lilia. Today we have a special guest appearance from Daniel McNeil and John Chambers of NerdSpace, two of the biggest board game enthusiasts in the country, who will also be joining us for Your Move, where we will look at Pictionary and Robo Rally. Which game will come out on top?
And finally, to take us out, we've got an exciting live performance by Amber Blackwell and James Newman, who will be performing Chasing Pavements by Adele.
But first, to kick us off, we've got an exclusive look at the game's categories. Our good old friend Adam Martin is going to be teaching us all about the game, so for all of you out there who have thought of playing it before, be sure to pay close attention.
Thanks guys. Today I'm going to talk about categories. Now this is a fun game you can play with your family and your friends. It's for 2 to 6 people, where players have to race against the clock to fill in as many words in their category pads as they can. Now for this game you'll need your category pad, your letter dice, your timer and your categories. Before you start you need to make sure each player has their writing pad, their pencil and a very important card. Now on this card there's a list of categories. It could be absolutely anything. It could be articles of clothing, desserts, car parts or things found on a map. You'll then need your letter dice. A player will roll their letter dice and hit the start button to begin the game. Once the game's begun, you need to refer back to your category list. Now, you have to match the category list with the letter rolled on the letter dice. Each category, you have to think of a word that begins with that letter. For example, if I rolled the dice and got an S, if I went back to the categories I said before, we could get an article of clothing, I could say a scarf. For a dessert, I could say shortbread. For a car part, I could say a steering wheel. Now for things found on a map, I might not be able to think of something. It means I can skip that one and go to the next category, which would be athletes, and I can think of Shane Warne. Once the buzzer has sounded, you need to add up each correct word you got on your list. There are 12 lists. At the end of the 12 lists, you add up all of those, and whoever's got the most correct words is the winner. That's categories, guys. Back to you in the studio.
Not stands categories, the timer. How can you think of that? I just don't know. Anyway, thanks Adam. We're now joined by NerdSpace's president Daniel McNeil and secretary John Chambers. Thanks for coming in, guys. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
So, tell us about NerdSpace.
At its simplest, NerdSpace is just a bunch of people sitting around playing board games and card games. We're a group that really is devoted to creating community. We think that people thrive best when they have a group of people around them that care for them. And so that's what we really want NerdSpace to be. We want NerdSpace to be a group of people that care for each other and enjoy just hanging out and having fun. Yeah.
And how did it come about? How did it start?
Well, I'm not sure if you guys have heard of an event called Comic-Con. So that's where people come together to see their favourite movie stars, comic book artists, all people in that nerd realm. So a few years ago, I'm just like, wow, I get to get Stan Lee's autograph. So he created the Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, Incredible Hulk, and so many more from the Marvel Universe. And so I get there and I quickly realise this is going to be a long day. So long story short, I was lining up for about 7.5 hours in different lines to get that one autograph. And in that time, there were just queues everywhere. People really felt like sardines in a sardine tin. People had to get pass outs to go to the bathroom and then couldn't get back in. And so it's just like, at the end of the day, there was a lot of us there that just felt like, wow, we're just, victims of this money-making process, and where's the community in all of this? So what I did is I sent a message out to a bunch of friends saying, hey, I think we should do a real nerd community. And so we got together and it's like, right, what should we do? Because as much as I'm a movie buff, sitting around watching DVDs all day doesn't build community. And so that's when we started to look into the different card games and board games that we play today. And this has been the start of building NerdSpace.
So you take nerd as a compliment?
Yeah. It's something that is tongue-in-cheek. Like, we don't take ourselves too seriously. There are nerds out there that they live and breathe these card games and board games, whereas for us, it's like, we win some, we lose some. It's not the end of the world. So
NerdSpace is open to everyone. It's not just for experts.
That's exactly right. We're 18 and over, but we're open to people from every kind of school level. People who have been playing these kinds of games for 10 years and people who the first time playing these kinds of games is coming to NerdSpace. And it's really nice that way because we have a whole different range of skill levels. You're always going to be able to find someone that you can play with well.
That sounds fantastic. Let's take a look at NerdSpace in action.
To me, it's an amazing community where I can just go, be myself, have a lot of fun with like-minded people, playing games and just doing whatever. Due to my mental health, I've had a lot of issues, not having many friends, no one to talk to. This is somewhere I can just go and just enjoy myself.
NerdSpace is a place I can come play games with like-minded people, and it really doesn't matter how seriously you take it or not, you get to have fun regardless. There's always someone on your level. You can play the most rubbish deck or stupidest game, it doesn't really matter, but if you want to be dead serious about it, then you can do that as well.
A lot of gaming spaces, it's all about the games, it's all about making money, it's all about bigger things, whereas for us it's really about the people that come in. They're the focus and they're the reason why we do what we do.
I know I was extremely bad. I have a lot of trouble talking to people, getting out. I feel very insecure around a lot of people. Being here, a lot of people are very similar-minded. We're all that nerdy side of things, thus the name. So being here is amazing for me.
I started playing here roughly when I also started going to university, so I had lost contact with friends, but I was seeing people a lot less. So it was just great to have a place to come fortnightly. You know there was going to be a lot of people here you got to play a game that you otherwise don't have to play a lot. So it was just some excellent consistency.
Sounds great. Thanks for coming in, guys. We'd love if you could stick around for our weekly segment, Your Move.
The first game we'll be looking at is a timeless classic, Pictionary, the famous family game where teams guess a word based on the drawing done by another team member. Pictionary is even so popular that it was recreated as a downloadable app a few years ago called Draw Something. Daniel, you've obviously played your fair share of Pictionary. Tell us what you think about the game.
Look, Pictionary is one of those games that I love, and it's one of those games that I come back to, you know, even 20 years later. It's an awesome game for playing with people that you know, playing in a family. I think my first memory of it was playing with my family when I was about 6 years old. So it's just a fantastic game that I think will, always be one of those games I have with me.
So a good game to play with all ages.
Definitely. There might be a little bit of struggles for young kids who don't know perhaps what the words mean or how to depict them, but if you're playing in a family, the parents can step in, or an older brother or sister can help step in. But yeah, totally a game for all families, even including up to 20, 30-year-olds playing it. Some of my favourite games have been with older people who just know how to laugh.
Yeah.
I feel that's very important. And also playing with like-minded people, like if you have
Definitely.
a teammate and you've got, you're on another level with each other, can really give you an advantage. And something that I really like about Pictionary is that it's very personal about your skills. It's your game, it's what you make of it.
Yeah, so you don't have to be a particularly good drawer. You could just...
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think one of the best memories that I have from Pictionary is drawing like 2 or 3 lines and the other person gets it, like, yeah, we are totally on the same wavelength.
That's a
You know
good
what's
moment,
happening.
yeah.
And from a design point, the board game, it looks fantastic. I don't actually remember there being a board.
I agree, yeah.
But it's very like bright and colourful, and it's just really nice. And I think it works on many levels.
Definitely.
For this, for Pictionary, it's just one that, it's just a fun game, it's just, when you want a light-hearted game, you can just get pen, paper, the board's there if you want it, but, you just get all the categories out there and just have a laugh, and some people can draw well, some not so well, but no, it's a good game through and through.
So clearly an all-round favourite.
Definitely.
So that's what we think of Pictionary.
Let's move on to our second game, Robo Rally. Robo Rally is described as a frenzied race filled with computer-driven chaos where players try to guide their robots through a set of flags to see who wins. So, John, What do you think of Robo Rally?
I like it. It's different, it's unique, it's like no other game I've played before. And so, yeah, it's just something where it's using a different part of your brain to work out, right, when do I move left, right, straight ahead. So, for example, the first time I was playing it, thinking, yep, I've got this licked. I'm just going to go straight up the middle. And then I got my second card wrong. I was like, great, I'm going to be spinning around on the spot for this first round. And so it took me a few times to get into it. But once I started to find my rhythm, yeah, it's a good game.
That's the main standout for me for Robo Rally is these cards here. It's not like any other race game where you just use dice and rely on, you know, rolling a 6, move forward 6 places, or go down a ladder or up a snake, or whatever way around that's meant to be. It's just tactical and it's smart on a different level, which I really think works as far as the game goes. And what you were saying was right about how you end up turning around in circles.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's frustrating, but it's also fun to play at the same time.
And it is something where it's just like, oh, I'm doing so well. Oh, and then you had to get in my way, didn't you? And then everyone's shooting each other.
So many times.
Yep.
I just kept getting shot and shot down, and
so
took me ages.
So one of the great things about this game is that you've got your own tactics, but it's like, right, what's Daniel going to do? What's Nick going to do? And so you're really thinking about everyone else, and so it is a good thinking game.
You didn't think it was slow moving at all, like having to reset each turn?
At times it is. So I often say, fast games are good games, peeps. Let's keep this game moving along. But it is hard because it's just like, oh right, is it right, left, right? And so there's a lot going on. But try and encourage free-flowing movement in the game, and it will be a lot better for it.
I feel like with Robo Rally specifically, there's a lot of like different tactics you can take on. Like you'd have guys who just want to make it to the flag. You'd have guys who want to power up their robot. And then you'd always have that one guy in the group who's just trying to sabotage everyone else. They go out of their way just to shoot other robots and bump each other into conveyor belts and stuff. Which it's just like there's no other games really like that.
It's interesting to compare this game to Pictionary. Pictionary is a game that's just fun and about drawing. This is a game that, as you said, it can take on strategy. Really, they're almost in two entirely different categories.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks for coming in, guys. It's been a lot of fun. Remember that you can find more information on NerdSpace on their Facebook page at www.facebook.com/NerdSpaceOfficial. That's all we have time for today on What's on Board. To take us out, we've got a live performance by the beautiful Amber Blackwell of Lola and James Newman of Barefoot Spacemen, who will be performing Chasing Pavements by Adele.
Thanks for tuning in, guys, and may the dice roll your way this week.
Thanks, Scott.
I made up my mind, don't need to think it over. If I'm wrong, I am right. Don't need to look no further, this ain't lust. I know this is love. But if I told the world, I'd never say enough, 'cause it was not said to you. And that's exactly what I need to do if I end up with you. Should I give up, or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads nowhere? Or would it be a waste, even if I knew my place? Should I leave it there? Should I give up, or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads nowhere? I build myself up and fly around in circles, waiting as my heart drops and my back begins to tingle. Finally, could this be it all? Should I give up, or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads nowhere? Or would it be a waste, even if I knew my place? Should I leave it there? Should I give up, or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads nowhere? Should I give up, or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads nowhere? Oh, would it be a waste, even if I knew my place? Should I leave it there? Should I give up, or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads nowhere? Would it be a waste, even if I knew my place? Should I leave it there? Should I give up, or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads nowhere? Yeah.
Let's put stuff in my throat at the end.